it is almost time for dinner, which I will be making in whenever Chris is done reading the chapter he's currently in. But I wanted to officially start. Wow, I got really close to that camera. We'll see. And oh, I just hit the mic. Hello. I have shipping. Wow, that was a weird way to say that. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with Believathon week 2. So it is Monday the 8th? 9th. It's the 9th, isn't it? Yep. It's the 9th, but I wanted to officially start this week because I do have some updates for you because I finished a book. So this week, I started the week reading Peter and the Shadow Thieves, which is the sequel to Peter and the Starcatchers, which was for my my crown prompt, which was to read a book set in an alternate world. I had like a third, if that, left, and I finished it today. This was great. I gave it 4 stars. I don't really have much updates from last week. This one didn't feel like it really had an ending like the first one did. I feel like the problem of this specific volume was talked about, but like I don't know what's going to happen in the next book. I don't know where it could go from here. But we see some characters, like there's a boy whose last name is Darling, so we get to see them, kind of like that family, show up for a second. We also get to see a character with the name James Barrie, who originally wrote Peter Pan, so we get to see him show up. So there's like nods to things, which is really fun, and I appreciated that. But it was really good. I gave it 4 stars. There's not a whole lot, honestly, I can say about it. This moves really, really, really quickly. So you don't ever have like downtime, but it's not like you get exhausted. It's just you get through the book much quicker. So this is great. Gave it 4 stars, like I said. So I finished my second book of Believathon. So I had to pick a audiobook to read now, and I picked up The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. This is the first in his Magic Misfits series, and this one is for Chain, which is to read a book featuring a colorful cast of friends. So I am on page 86, so I'm like 30% of the way through. This is narrated by Neil Patrick Harris himself, which just makes this experience so much better. I apologize for blinding you with the shininess of this cover. Like I said, I'm a third of the way into this. This is great. I am loving it so far. I really like Neil Patrick Harris's writing style. It's very conversational, and him doing the audiobook just makes it that much better. But in between the chapters, what he'll do is, if I can find one, it'll show you how to actually do some of the magic tricks that they talk about. For example, this is how to roll a coin between your knuckles. So they'll take a break in between chapters and kind of just step by step walk you through how to do that specific thing. The illustrations in this book are also incredibly gorgeous. I love the illustrator. The story art is by Lissa Marlin. The How to Magic art is by Kyle Hilton. So the actual like how-to portions, it's a different illustrator. But the illustrator throughout this book, it's stunning, and like you can really see some of these characters. I really like this art style. So I am really enjoying this book. This is gonna be a great one. I don't really know where we're gonna go from here, but this is so good. And I'm happy I picked this one up. Next, I will finish this in like tomorrow or the day after, because this is very easy to get through. And it just is so much fun. And then the other one that I'm reading is my physical read, and that is The House with the Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. This one is for A Flash of Lightning, which is to read a book incorporating fairy tales, or folk tales. So this has the story of Baba Yaga in it. And I am on page 60, so I've read about 4 chapters. I haven't read anything since the end of last week's vlog, but I am enjoying it. I took it to work with me today, even though I didn't read any. And I messed up the corner, so we will not be doing that again because it's so pretty, and I can't do that to this book again. But when I actually am sitting down and reading this, I get through it really quickly, and I am enjoying it. I just haven't picked it up since the end of last week's vlog. So these are my 2 current reads, and I finished this one, so it's a good start to the vlog. I'm gonna go do something and make food or something. Who knows? I'll talk to you when I have more updates. As you can see, I am at home. It is Thursday morning. I have like a tiny scheduling thing that's now different with my work schedule, and that is Thursdays and Fridays. I get to work from home because those are the days of the week that my bosses don't have like a whole lot of stuff that they need from me for like in-office stuff. So unless it's like a rare occasion, I get to work from home 2 days a week. Who is excited about that? I am. I thought I would update you real quick on my reading because I did finish a book on Tuesday. I just haven't told you about it yet. So, I was able to finish The Magic Misfits on, like I said, Tuesday. I gave this 5 stars. This was so much fun. This was such a cute, wholesome story, and I loved every second of this. I listened to the audiobook. Excuse me, sir. I listened to the audiobook of this that was narrated by Neil Patrick Harris. It is great. I can hear his humor and his voice and the writing. And like, I realized that I was listening to the audiobook, so obviously I'm going to hear his voice. I could just tell by like some of the phrases he used that this was him. Like, this is his humor. This is the way that he talks. And it was great. I loved every second of it. And so this is the first in 4 books. And I loved it, so we'll be getting the other 3 at some point. And like, it's really pretty under the dust jacket too, so like, I don't know, like it feels like a fancy book that's made for our main character, Carter. It was just very good. Like, I don't know how to explain this to you. It was a very wholesome story, even though our main character Carter comes from like such a tough background. He's lived on the streets, he lost his parents, so he lives on the streets with his uncle, who is not a good person and basically steals from people. Like, he uses his abilities to do magic and sleight of hand to steal from people so they can survive, he says. And Carter does not like that. He's like, I'm not a thief, I will not steal. And so he runs away and meets this cast of characters that are all so different. They all like magic, but they all come from such different backgrounds. We've got one girl who's in a wheelchair, we've got another girl who's got 2 dads, we've got another boy who always wears a tuxedo, like that's just his thing. And then we've got these 2 twins that show up who are just ridiculous. Like, they don't really do magic, but they're just funny and they're good for distraction if the kids need that for X, Y, and Z. So they just make like a really good group of friends, and Carter's never had friends before, and it's just very, very cute. So I really loved this because it does have some rep in it, which is very nice for a kid's book. But it was just wholesome and lovely. and I loved every second of it. So I finished my audiobook, and so I was thinking I need to pick up another audiobook. So I looked at the books that I needed to read for my TBR basket, and so I decided to pick up Torn by Margaret Patterson Haddix because I was able to get the audiobook of this from my library. But I want to physically read this as well. Like, I want to physically read it as I listen to the audiobook. So having two physical books is probably not the best decision. But this is what I've done. I'm literally 2 chapters and I haven't read that much. I'm on page 18, so like literally nothing. But what I like about this series is that this one like starts in the middle of action. Like, I forgot how much of a cliffhanger there was in the 3rd book. This is the 4th book. I forgot how much of a cliffhanger there was. So like when this book started, I had like completely forgotten some of the stuff that had happened at the very end of that book. But she does a very good job of like quickly refreshing your memory and reminding you what's happening, what things just happened, and getting you right into the story. And like she did that within like 2 pages within this book, and I was like, oh, I now remember what's happening in this story. So I think that's very interesting because sometimes it's hard to do, but I picked this one up. I'm not very far into it. Maybe I can read this on my lunch break today. We'll see. And then I'm also reading The House with the Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. I have made some progress in this. I stopped in the middle of a chapter. Well, that was stupid. But I'm on page 115-ish, so a little farther than I was, I think, at the end of last. I honestly don't remember when I updated you last where I was with this one. I'm enjoying this one a lot. I'm still confused as to, like, what's gonna happen here, but I'm enjoying, like, I can't put it down. Like, when I'm reading it, I just want to read it. Like, I don't want to do anything else. I'm real mad that I stopped in the middle of a chapter, though. So, that's not very smart. But, like, I don't know. I don't know what the plot is. I don't know how to explain this to you because I don't know what it is myself. I feel like this is a book that you're going to have to finish and then be able to explain a little bit. But it's fascinating, and, like, the writing is nothing spectacular, but, like, I can't put it down. So, confusion. But that's my update. These are the 2 things that I'm reading right now. We're very purple right now, and that's really about it. I have been getting into the Christmas mood today. I usually am in the Christmas mood really early, but for some reason this year, because everybody else is, I wasn't. But today it hit. I am thinking about going to get Starbucks. That might happen tomorrow instead, because they've come out with their Christmas drinks, and, like, y'all, peppermint mocha is amazing. Anyway, I thought I would update you on my reading. So I will talk to you again soon. grande hot peppermint mocha with no whipped cream, please. Hello. So it's Friday afternoon. I'm actually at the end of my lunch break, and I actually have some updates for you. I've got some reading updates. I have some fun mail, but the most important thing of all of that is I got my first peppermint mocha of the season. Look, hold on. It's not that warm anymore. We're going to take this off so that we can see the full cup. Isn't this fun? Oh, smell that. So I've been wanting this ever since they, announced they were doing Christmas again. This is like this is my favorite Christmas drink. And when I was talking to my best friend earlier this week, I told her that I passed my licensing exam, and so she gifted me something to get the Starbucks with. So, thank you, Lauren. But obviously I had to do the first official sip of the season with you guys. I'm so excited. It smells the smell is Christmas. That is where it's at. This stuff's amazing. So, now that the important stuff is out of the way, updates. I have finished a book. So I finished Torn yesterday. Last night, really. And I gave this one 4 stars. This was stressful. Like, this book and the third book just I became a ball of stress, basically. And, like, that's what this series does to me, because I don't think this is a spoiler. I mean, it kind of is, but it's kind of not, because I'm not telling you why. But this series revolves around time travel, and time travel is just one of those topics that I enjoy reading about, but, like, anytime I read about it, I just get stressed, because, like, the paradoxes that come with time travel and just all of that stuff it's a lot. So, the third book and then this one, which was the fourth book, were kind of linked a little bit, and so I was a big ball of stress. And so this was not my favorite of them. I still think the second one is my favorite, but I'm excited to see what the next one is about, because my husband's also reading the series. This is why we have the series, is because of him. And he said the 5th one was his favorite. So I'm really excited to see about that one, because I gave this one 4 stars, like I said. I honestly don't know what to say about this, because everything about this is a spoiler. But I was a ball of stress the entire time, and I was really confused at the end, because, like, some stuff happened, and I'm still really not sure what or why. And, like, they explain it to you, but I still am confused. So, I have very, like, mediocre feelings about this one, even though I didn't give it my mediocre rating, because it was good. I was still invested. I had many moments where I had, like, a jaw drop moment. Like, there was a lot of that in this book. It just wasn't the most amazing thing I've ever read, which is fine. But it still got 4 stars from me. So, this was good. I'm glad that I read this, but I'm excited to move on to other plots, because the plot that was in 3 and 4 is just, like, I'm sure it's going to come back, but it was just a little too much for me personally. So that means I need a new audiobook. I did read a little bit more of The House with the Chicken Legs last night, and oh my, there was a development. If it goes the way it's going, it might get 5 stars for me. And I'm still confused as to what is happening. I don't know how she can do this. But I found out that my library actually has a physical copy of One True King by Someone Chinani. This is the 6th in the School for Good and Evil, and I think I'm going to pick this one up next, because I did technically start the audiobook for the Mistwick School of Musicraft. I listened to, like, half of the first chapter, but I think I'm going to pause that, because I'm just so excited about this one. Like, I need to know what's going to happen with this one. And this one's, like, this is a thick boy. I think this is bigger than the Peter and the Starcatchers one. I'm so excited about this. This audiobook is, I think, like 18 hours long. So let's see if I can read and listen at the same time, because I love doing that. This is probably going to be my next book, because I picked it up from the library because they had it. Yeah. So that'll be my next book that I pick up. I'll probably start that a little bit later today. But I have a fun package to unbox before we disappear. So I got this lovely thing in the mail, but it is from Grace and Honey, Becca from Becca and the Books' candle company. I am guessing this is the Christmas candles, which is perfect because I am in the Christmas mood. I have not opened it yet, so I honestly have no idea what's in here. My guess is Christmas, even though I definitely got the shipping like last week, so that's really, really fast. I wanted to open this with you. She packages these so well, which is great. They keeps them really protected, but then when you get them, you don't know how to open them. I've only ever bought 3 candles at a time, so the fact that there are more in here, I don't understand how this box works. Oh, there's another thing here. Okay, here we go. Dun, da, 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 da. Ooh, very well packaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, these are the Christmas candles. I'm so excited. Okay, I need to calm down. I don't even know where to start. Let's just go in order, I guess. Okay, the first one. Oh, that one smells amazing. So the first one I picked up was a Yule Mist ball, which has a little bit of wax hanging out on the front, so we'll clean that off. But it is red, pear, rose hip, and purple basil. Purple basil? Purple basil. And it's very, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it smells like pear, but it smells like almost artificial pear, if that makes sense. I like it. It's very, very sweet. I'm confused about the basil part, though. That's a very, like, sugar candy kind of smell. Yes, so that's the first one, is Yule Mist ball. The next one we picked up was Happy Holidays. Hall spelled H-A-U-L. I love these names. And so this one is peppermint, vanilla, cream, and marzipan, I think. This one's gonna be full. Oh yeah, this is Christmas. This smells like a candy cane. Like, honestly, a little more sweet. Yes, so the peppermint is very strong. This smells like a very sweet candy cane is kind of how I think is the best way to phrase that. But oh my gosh, that one smells really good too. Okay, the next one is Snow Day Stories, and this is citrus, snow, and musk. Ooh, not sure how that's gonna smell. Oh, that's not what I expected. This smells like laundry to me. I don't really smell a lot of citrus. It's like a very clean scent, so I can kind of see why it would be like a snow day. That smells really good. Anyway, that's a good one. All right, the next one is Fireside Fiction, and it is white cocoa, cookies, and vanilla. This one is very vanilla. That's the major scent. Ooh. Yeah, that one is, ooh, that's good. That smells, yeah. That one smells like Christmas to me. All right, and the very last one, I think is like a mint one. It's called Merry Bookmas, and it is cherry, clover, cinnamon, and amber. Oh my God. This is my favorite one. This one smells like Christmas. Oh, I think it's the clove. I think it's the clove. And cinnamon, because cinnamon is a very Christmassy scent to me as well. I'm getting the stars on me. Oh my God. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. So, yay. I can't believe these got here so fast. I have 5 more candles. I need to calm down, is basically. I'm running out of room. I mean, these are Christmas candles, so I'm going to burn the crap out of these now. Oh, so yes, I think Merry Bookmas is my favorite. I think my second favorite is the Happy Holidays. It's the one with the peppermint. I think those two smell a lot like Christmas. Anyway, that's my update. We don't really have a whole lot of plans this weekend. I plan on reading a lot this weekend. That's really about it. We have a game tonight, a virtual game with some of our friends. I've showed it here before. We play Villainous, so that's fun. So we'll be doing that tonight, and that's really the only plans we have. So hopefully I can get some reading done this weekend. I would love to finish The Girl with the House with the Chicken Legs. That would be great, but we can hope. This is only the second week, and I'm already like 4 books done, so I'd count that as a win. But that's my update. I'm going to go back to doing things now because I have things to do. And I will chat with you when I have another update. Exciting. was recording today a lot, so I just thought I'd use my setup. So my hair is doing, like, it dried naturally, so we've got this weird wavy thing happening, and I am confused. But we're going with it. We're going with it. It's actually like 2:45, 3 o'clock, close-ish. And I've not read a single thing today. Pretty sure I didn't read anything yesterday either. Did I read anything? I might have read a chapter. I'm not sure if I'm going to read. I feel like I feel like there's the beginning of a slump, and like my slumps are real weird because like they don't last very long. They're only a couple of days, but because I've been reading like crazy for the past couple of months, I feel like a real one is coming along. So trying to counteract that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to read anything else today. I don't know. So I thought that I would just go ahead and wrap up this vlog here, and if I did end up reading anything, I'll talk to you guys about it next week. But I don't really have any updates since I have talked to you last. I've read a couple chapters of The School for Good and Evil. I am at the beginning of chapter 3, which is 20 pages in. Literally, like, barely anything. But, like, already I'm invested in these characters, because, you know, I've had 5 books to get invested in them. But, like, things are happening. This is such a good series, and I'm real sad that this is the last one. But I'm excited for this one. I really want to sit down and read this one, so maybe I'll actually pick this one up later today. But I am on page 158, so like not quite halfway, but very, very close. And still, same feelings. Absolutely love this. Very confused as to where it is going. So, not a whole lot of updates, but these are the 2 books that I am currently reading that I will bring into next week with me. But I was able to finish 3 whole books this week. I started off the week finishing Peter and the Shadow Thieves by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. I gave this one 4 stars. This was for the prompt of The Crown, which is to read a book set in an alternate world, and this is kind of like an alternate England, kind of. And then I picked up and finished The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. This is the first in his Magic Misfits series. I gave this one 5 stars. I feel like I didn't tell you that it was 5 stars, but it for sure got 5 stars. And this is for the prompt of The Chain, which is to read a book featuring a colorful cast of friends. And his group of friends is very all over the place. They've got different skills and everything and different backgrounds. So that's quite fun there. And then I also started and finished Torn by Margaret Patterson Haddix, which is the 4th in her Missing series. And this one I think I gave 4 stars as well. This was for the prompt of The Dagger, which is to read a book set in a dangerous setting. And by God, was this dangerous. So I finished 3 books this week, which is great. And now my total book reading count is up to 4, which is awesome. This is the only one that was actually on my TBR basket though, so that's a little upsetting. The 2 that I'm currently reading are both on my TBR basket as well, so if I can get these done next week, I can be more than halfway done with my TBR basket, which would be great because I have plans for my December TBR basket, and it would be really great if I didn't have a punishment pick there. But that's really it. I finished 3 books, 4 books total for the Believathon. Currently reading these 2, which will come in to next week, which is very exciting. But I think I'm gonna just go ahead and end this vlog here. So I hope that you enjoyed week 2 of Believathon. Please let me know down below if you are participating, what you're reading this week, all the fun stuff. Let's chat down below. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there if you want to follow along on any of those. And I will see you guys in next week's vlog. Bye!